New legislation concerning emission regulations is strict. Local laws enforce emission regulations either at the point of entry into the market or at the point of sale. Market surveillance by regulatory authorities is becoming more common. In this schematic, you can identify which trucks have to comply at what moment in time with the new emission regulations. Trucks with engines rated from 56 kilowatts to 74 kilowatts are affected by the new Stage 3B emission regulations in 2012. Trucks with engines rated from 37 kilowatts to 55 kilowatts have to comply with Stage 3B in 2013. A proper method to reduce emissions is the use of an after-treatment system like the diesel particulate filter, DPF. Soot is trapped in the filter and is then regenerated inside the filter. Through the process of regeneration, the soot is burnt in the filter. Regeneration starts automatically and can be triggered in 3 ways. When the calculated value of the soot load percentage is 100%, after fuel consumption over 250 litres since last regeneration, when the delta pressure in the filter reaches the trigger level. The DPF is placed in the engine compartment as part of the exhaust system. The process of regeneration starts automatically when necessary, but can be overruled and has to be monitored by the drivers. On the DPF display, important information concerning the regeneration process and the status of the filter is shown. In the process of regeneration, 6 phases are identified. Phase 0, the display shows bars indicating the level of the soot in the filter. Phase 1, the soot level is 100%. This level is based on the parameters that were described before. Calculated value of soot percentage 100%, fuel consumption over 250 litres since last regeneration, delta pressure reaches trigger level. When one of these parameters or a combination is triggered, automatic active regeneration starts. Post-injection is used to generate a higher temperature within the DPF so the soot can be burnt. Phase 2. If the active regeneration has not lowered the soot level by the required amount after 30 minutes, a parked manual regeneration is made available. The active regeneration will continue and truck operation is not affected when the parked regeneration is made available. In this phase, the soot level has still no effect on truck performance. If the operator wants to perform a manual parked regeneration, the engine has to be at idle, the transmission in neutral and the park brake on. Then the regeneration button at the bottom right of the display has to be pushed. If the parked regeneration process is initiated before the engine has warmed up properly, the engine warming up icon is shown on the screen until operating temperature is reached. Only then the parked regeneration can begin. The operator manual icon is shown for 3 seconds if the operator starts a parked regeneration when the truck is not in the correct state. For instance, when the park brake is not on or the transmission not in neutral. Phase 3. The LED on top of the display starts blinking and the icon of 100% soot with the active regeneration icon remains visible on the screen. Active regeneration is no longer available, only parked regeneration is possible. The max engine power is reduced to 1,600 RPM and the torque derates to 50%. On the dashboard, the fault code 3701-15 is shown. In this phase, the operator has the last possibility to regenerate the DPF without the help of a service technician. Phase 4, the DPF icon as well as the LED is flashing. Active auto regeneration and parked regeneration is no longer available. The max engine power is reduced to 1,200 RPM and the torque derates remains at 50%. On the dashboard, the fault code 3701-16 is displayed. Regeneration is only possible through the PC service tool with the help of a service technician. Phase 5, the DPF icon as well as the LED is flashing. Active auto regeneration and parked regeneration is no longer available. The max engine power remains reduced to 1,200 RPM and the torque derates to 50%. On the dashboard, the fault code 3701-0 is displayed. At this point, the DPF has to be removed for inspection and cleaning. The operator can stop or prevent regeneration at any given moment. But keep in mind that regeneration is an essential process in the maintenance of the DPF and the performance of the truck. Ignoring the regeneration process will eventually harm the DPF and generate extra costs. If the regeneration inhibit button is used, the inhibit icon will be shown in combination with the other icons that indicate the soot level and the recommended actions. When this icon is visible, the communication with the DPF system is lost. A service technician has to solve the problem. Hyster advises dealers to order an extra DPF from parts, which can be used as swap DPF. This will reduce the downtime of the truck whenever a DPF needs to be removed for cleaning.